We all know that attractive people get many advantages in life. They get treated better, they get better jobs, they get better promotions, better romantic relationships, friendships, and within family as well. So, in our modern time where attractiveness plays as big of a role as status and money, no one can afford to slack behind when it comes to looks. So, I'm creating a series of videos that give realistic advice to increase facial attractiveness. Who do videos like this have wishful thinking where they think a haircut and a beard will take you from 4 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. Or they hate you with that just get a haircut bro. The wrong haircut or beard can actually decrease your attractiveness if you don't understand your facial structures and what harmonizes with your facial features. So in this episode, I will discuss how to lookmaxx the lower third and the midface. This will include non-surgical and surgical options for those who are interested. This video, like the rest of my videos, will be split into two parts: the jaw, the midface. And if you guys want to get your face professionally rated by me with personalized lookmaxxing advice, link will be in the description. Without further ado, let's get this started. To increase the attractiveness of your lower third, we need to understand first what makes the male lower third attractive. And we are going to try to take as many of those points as possible. So it is agreed by everyone that a masculine jaw is comprised of a wide bigonial width, which in simple man's terms mean a jaw that is wide in proportions to your face, because a wide jaw is considered a male sexual dimorphic trait. I will show you on screen the differences between a narrow and a wide masculine jaw. A wide bigonial wedge will result in a face that is wider face, unlike with narrow jaws, which will usually result in a tall horse face-like look. What also is important is how straight your mandible and how projected your chin is. Your chin should line up with your nasal bridge. If it lines up with your nasal bridge, it means your chin is good. The gonial angle, anything between 110 and 130 degrees is good. And finally, the ramus, which is the bone located between the body of the mandible and the ear, should have average or above average length. It shouldn't be narrow. Now that we have basic understanding of what makes the male jaw attractive, the way we are going to approach this situation is by trying to bring up the lacking points to match up or get close to the attractive male jaw. So first things first, stop breathing through your mouth. That is the most destructive thing you could do to your face. In fact, many people said that their parents have good jaw developments, but they themselves don't have good jaw developments. They have weaker jaw. And I think the main reason for that is because they breathe through their mouths through their entire childhood and teenagehood. What this does over the years, constantly keeping your mouth open, it will apply downward pressure on the upper jaw, creating a narrow jaw with steep gonial angle and a recessed maxilla. This will create that dreaded horse face look. The human tongue was created to rest naturally on the roof of the mouth. This will over the years apply upward pressure toward the upper jaw, allowing the maxilla to grow forward, resulting in a forwardly grown maxilla. This is all tied by your genetic limits, of course, and with our modern day diets, we chew a lot of soft foods. This doesn't challenge your masseter muscles at all, so you need to chew harder foods and hard gum to develop those jaw muscles. So two important things to learn: the proper tongue posture by pressing the entirety of the tongue against the roof of the mouth and developing your masseter muscles. I know a lot of people will come to me and say the bones don't or can't move around. They believe the skull to be one giant bone, which isn't true. The human skull is made of multiple big bones held together by sutures. As we can see here how recessed this kid's maxilla got from mouth breathing over the years. And of course, we all saw it coming. Fat loss. Yeah, I know, fat loss will not change the way your jaw is genetically structured. But if you are overweight, how are you supposed to know what kind of jaw you have? You need to drop to at least 15% body fat to see what you have under that fat, which is around my body fat. I am around 14 and 15%, I believe. And if you want even more details in your face and still be healthy, you should drop to 12% body fat. But I want you to know that some people are more genetically predetermined to hold more fat in their faces. So this journey will be harder for some people and easier for others. Now let's talk about the beard. When can it help? Should you shave it or keep it? So if you are one of the lucky few who have a very masculine lower third, I wouldn't recommend growing a beard, because it will hide and camouflage one of your best facial features. If you want to grow it, you should keep it at a light 5 o'clock shadow kind of style. Now for those of you who have straight mandibles but recessed chin, I would recommend you to grow it more on the chin region to give that projection that is lacking, but the beard length on the side should be short and minimal, that fades into the chin. This way you can hide your weaknesses without also hiding your strong points. If both your chin and jaw is recessed, then I would recommend you to grow a full beard. This way it will hide those weak points and hopefully add symmetry back into the face. Now let's discuss surgery options. When it comes to the jaw, and disclaimer, this isn't me telling people to go out there and get surgery, I'm just gonna quickly go over this. If you are considering surgery, you should consult a professional. So if you have a straight mandible but your chin is lacking, I would recommend you get mentoplasty surgery, which is a surgical procedure to reshape the chin either by enhancement with an implant or reduction surgery on the bone. Here is some before and after pictures of guys who did the surgery. If mewing and losing body fat didn't work for you and you still have a terrible lower jaw, then I would recommend you get mandibular osteotomy. It's a surgery that's performed on your lower jaw. It's most often done when your mandible protrudes or recedes significantly. And the last surgery I would talk about is maxillary osteotomy. This jaw procedure is planned when it's not possible to correct the teeth and how they bite together with orthodontics alone. Here are some before and after pics. Let's move on to discussing the midface. When it comes to the midface, the same advice still applies here, especially correcting the tongue posture. Because most cases of recessed maxillas are the results of mouth breathing. So again, I would say it, you need to develop the correct tongue posture to develop a forwardly grown maxilla. The younger you start, the better. The same advice would apply with fat loss. Fat loss affects the eyes, pushing them slightly away from each other, which is great for some people. It also slims down the nose. This depends on how much fat you were holding before. As for the nose, men can rock a lot of nose shapes, unlike women, but women can rock a lot of eye shapes, unlike men. So if you have a hooked nose or a nose that is slightly on the bigger side, you can take the attention away from it by wearing glasses and growing the hair longer a bit. And finally, the lips. Most average guys have decent lips, but if your lips are too thin to the point that it throws out your facial harmony and it sticks out like a sore thumb, you can get lip filler. And if your nose is so big, then I would suggest you get rhinoplasty surgery, which is a surgery done on the nose that changes its shape or width and adjusts it to harmonize with the rest of the facial features. I think this sums up today's video. If you guys enjoy my content and you would like to see more of it, a like and subscribe would be highly appreciated. And like usual, catch you guys in the next one.